few announcements. The storage auction contest is still going. Does not end until November 15th. Another announcement. I am doing the webinar boot camp for Making Money A to Z, the 2011 edition. The way that I'm doing it is there's a main session on Tuesday, then there's follow-up sessions throughout the week. So if you don't make the main one, you can make the follow-up, and I'm going to probably have like a day where I'll have like 2 sessions at once, but I'll put all that stuff out. So if you want to sign up, and if you bought the book, that's the cool thing. You know, if you bought the book, great. If not, you'll have to wait until the CD set is done, which will be at the end of the webinar. So just letting you know. And one more thing. One thing that a lot of people are having a lot of issues with is getting started. It's kind of like they're stuck. I'm going to do a webinar that's a little different. It won't be about storage auctions. It'll be about business. How to start a business. I've started 9 different businesses. The first 5, just failures or okay. Then 6, I caught fire. And the 9th business is the publishing company. You know that's doing well. And what happens is when you put yourself out there and you fail and you learn those lessons of failure, you just become stronger. You just got to have enough courage, toughness to deal with the arrows and slings that come from failure, because it hurts. But you know, you'll get through it. You'll get through it. So I'm going to do that webinar essentially about the mental aspect, because you can go out and get a book and they'll tell you do an LLC or do this or do this. I'm going to tell you something totally different. Some things that I learned how to judge a business, and it's pretty good that I can walk in certain stores and see, just look around and know if they're going to be in and out of business within a matter of months. It's that easy for me now because I've been through so much. And I'm going to start imparting some of that information to you. The link will be below. It's going to be really inexpensive, and it's just going to be kind of like, I'm just dropping knowledge, So if you want a piece of that, you can get a piece of that, and the link will be below. Hey, this is Glenda with Making Money with Storage Unit Auctions. The title of this segment, Booster's Paradise at Peter Street. Back in the day, the neighborhood that surrounded Peter Street was really rough. And to some regard, it's still kind of rough, but it's going through gentrification. There's $1 million lofts, as well as a crackhead like literally around the corner. And even a crack house for the crackhead. But the deal is, back in the day, there was all kinds of stuff. And Peter Street was one of the few, if not, I'm thinking, from maybe 10, 15 miles, it was like J.W. Dobbs was the next closest storage facility. Then Metro Self-Storage on Howell Mill Plus, which became a public property. That was kind of it for the downtown area. And you had any and everybody in there. Well, this was one of those Christmas runs. Now, I don't know if they still do it, but during Christmas time, Peter Street usually has more units than any other time of year. Because a lot of times people like either pay your storage unit or get Christmas for your kids. So often the kids went out and the storage unit loses. So it could be like literally 120 units down there in December. So I went down there and I had planned for it, because this was probably going to be my 3rd Peter Street Christmas, and I knew, because the first one just overwhelmed me. I had no clue. I ran out of money, I ran out of locks, and then after I ran out of money, ran out of locks, I saw better shit, and I was pissed. So this time I was ready. I had a nice bankroll on me, and I had a knapsack with 15 locks, so I was ready for whatever. And I just knew how it was going to go, because at first everybody's like buying, and then you'll just see it slow down because there's so many units down there. So we get up on the 3rd floor, and then I start buying, because really I didn't see anything that I was really interested in, and my goal was to get a lot of stuff cheap, just volume. My goal was to use up all of those 15 locks, which I did, which later on proved to be a bitch. But I got one of these weird units, and understand that U-Haul is famous for making units. Like you go in the unit and there's a hook here, or you go in the unit and there's a wall, just weird stuff. So I get this unit, and in the front I buy it because it's furniture. Well, when we go to load and I get back to this unit, pull out the furniture, there's all of these shopping bags. I mean, bags from everywhere. Macy's, Nordstrom's, I don't think Bloomingdale was here yet. Riches, because it was still Macy's Riches, Parisians, all kinds of stuff. And I was just like, damn. So literally there is this space, because the room does this little hook thing, and there's this space, and it's nothing but shopping bags, but there's the smell of new merchandise. So we start pulling the stuff out, and it's like Polo, Dolce and Gabbana, Tommy. I mean, everything's brand new with the tags on it. And I mean, literally, it was enough stuff because I put that stuff in my van because I wasn't putting it in the truck with everything else. Because when you load units, sometimes you have accidents where a box will have something, you put it together and it breaks and it leaks all over everything. But all that stuff filled up my van, and it took a while to get to it because it got to the paperwork of this person because this is how we process stuff in the warehouse. Put a unit and just kind of put it together and keep everything together. So when when it's time to take the personals back, you know where it needs to go because it's very easy for stuff to just get intermingled. Well, going through the stuff and I'm looking through the paperwork. First thing I find, court papers. I'm like, oh, larceny, shoplifting, what was it? Breaking and entering. I mean, seriously, everything. And it was a girl. And it was a little girl. A really, 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 really pretty girl. I was just like, what? She was a booster. But she was apparently real good because she had several charges about, several charges in several different states because she was wanted in Florida. She had some stuff going on in Alabama. And she had several cases here. And probably why she lost her unit was because she was in jail. She was just a kleptomaniac. Just couldn't help herself. But she had really good taste. Really, really, really good taste. So, we're just going through this stuff. And I just kind of set it to the side because I don't know which way I want to go with it because I had certain people that would come in and buy that stuff from me. But brand new with tags. And it was literally like 780 pieces. Maybe 800 pieces. Like 700 to 800 pieces. I forget the exact number of brand new merchandise with the tags. And I was like, okay. You know what we're going to do? We're going to put the stuff on eBay. And literally that was a challenge because eBay is real funny when you start listing in different categories and they want to hold your money, but that's a whole nother topic. But they will do it to you. Please believe it. So listing stuff and man, did I say I only paid $50 for the unit? Because remember, Peter Street, Christmas time, cheap. That was the paradigm. First night of sales, $600. Freaking little pair of glasses. Dolce and Gabbana glasses went for $320. Then, shirts and stuff went for between $50 and $30. And just kept pulling out this stuff because it was like list, pull, because there was too much stuff to try to put it all up at once at that point. Because, the organization wasn't that big. And literally sold that stuff for 3 months. 3 months. And when it was all said and done, it was like $8,000 off that stuff. Because she had key pieces, the Dolce and Gabbana glasses, some Gucci watches, all brand new with tags on it. And I was just like, how did she get all this stuff out of these stores? Now, understand, I'm assuming this stuff was stolen. Hey, I don't know where it came from. There were no receipts. I just saw bags. So, hey. Anyway, we had this up. And, to really get into that with the stuff, the merchandise. There's a lot of chatter about, hey, you need to watch out for stolen stuff. You need to not do this. If you get anything, just take it to the police. Let me tell you, I've come across, drugs, marijuana, crack. Not a lot of crack. Crackheads don't play that. But there's no way that I was going to walk into the police station. I want you to really think about this. You buy this unit, right? And it has something illegal in it. Then you go to the police. Then the police go contact the original owner who's going to go, that ain't my stuff. I never had that. Who has the stuff in their hand? You do. Come on, how many people are like, oh yeah, that was my pound bag full of marijuana. Yeah, arrest me, Mr. Police. Think. Don't be doing this because my beliefs are that the best cure is prevention. I don't advocate selling drugs. I don't advocate doing anything illegal. But if you find certain very sensitive items, it's just in your best interest to toss it. Because all it takes is that one person that goes, hey, mine, and you found it, it's in your hands, and you put it in your vehicle and drove across town to take it to the police, or you call the police. Well, the only way you can probably get out of that is if you call the police when it's still in the unit. But you face a new problem. You have 24 to 48 hours to get it out there. Say the police come, and then they want to take their time. And since there's a possible crime scene, they may seize the whole unit. Are you really wanting to take that risk? Seriously, are you wanting to take that risk? And then, someone chimed in, that it may be bank robbery money or money from theft. All of the really good stuff that I found in storage units actually belong to the person whose name has signed on the rental agreement. This is the deal. Like bank robbery, it's not going to happen. Do you know what the average take of the average bank robbery is? Do you know? Hold on. I'll play the music while you guess. You got the answer? 50,000? 40? 30, 20, 10, $4,000 or less is the average take per bank robbery. You got to understand the way a bank's set up. It used to date a teller. It's set up where if there's a robbery, you can only get so much money. That's by design, and it's not a lot of money. To me, it's very high risk, very low reward. You walk in the bank and you put a gun to someone's face, you get caught. That's a multitude of felonies. You're going away for a long time just for $4,000. $4,000? No, that's just crazy to me. That's just crazy. But that's the deal. The chances of you coming across some of this stuff is so slim that you shouldn't even worry about it. Because the thing is, you got to understand, most of the country is poor. Everybody's not going to have all this great stuff. And the reason I put that video out, because I know of people who've come across stuff and they turned it in and they never got the money back. When you buy that unit, the receipt says, they tell you everything. You buy in the whole unit. Everything in that unit is yours. Everything. Everything. And if you ever get that lucky to come across a killer unit, I don't want you to lose out, because one killer unit can change your life. Just one. And you get the unit like, I'm going to... No. Then I don't advocate anyone doing anything illegal, but I'm going to tell you what I would do. If I came across a unit, not saying that I did, with a bunch of cash, not saying that I came across a unit with a bunch of cash, but if I did, nobody would know. Because my partner was the only one that knew about certain units that we got, and nobody else knew. I'm not even going to tell you. I'm not even going to put them in the books. It's going to go to the grave with me. And with that, I'm right here on YouTube talking about I bought people's shit for years. At one point, there was a phone number. I'm easy to find. I have not heard from one person. So this whole notion that if you come across something sensitive, that they're going to come get you, and they're going to go to the storage facility and they're going to get your name, and they're going to come hunt you down. I used to have those concerns, but since, I'm out the business now, and I've pretty much put myself out there, and I haven't heard from nobody. And I'm talking about buying well over 1,300 units. I haven't heard from anybody. So I'm out here being active. So if you buy some or get something and you keep your mouth closed, the chances are slim to none of anyone finding out about it. And no one's going to find out about it. And for the people who's like, oh, you tell everything, there's stuff I'll never talk about. When the guys were coming at me to do the reality TV show, and they were like, hey, I was like, no, I can't tell you. I can't tell you. Because that's my defense mechanism. As long as I never say anything, no one knows. And I'm telling you, there's some scary shit I came across. I want to talk about it so bad. Maybe when I'm 80. I'm like, yeah, this happened, in 2004. I may do that, but, just chill out. Take a deep breath, because the chances of you coming across this stuff, like I said, it's not that great. You're going to come across regular run-of-the-mill stuff the majority of the time. The only thing, depending on where you live, that you may have a greater propensity of coming across are guns. And let me say it for the slow people in the back. If you come across a gun, don't tell anybody. You know, if you can leave it in the unit, leave it in the unit. And what you do is you go home and you research the gun laws for your state. They're all different. The gun laws in Georgia and Alabama are very lax. We can get away with stuff that would catch you a felony in New York. I mean, you can sell guns down here. You like take your driver's license down, that's it. So you can't do that in New York. You can't even carry the guns like you can carry the guns down here. So that's the thing. Do your due diligence for your state. And also, if you're like in New York, the chances of you coming across gunning units, I don't know if it's going to be that great because, you know, they're like crazy about guns up there, but you may find some. Georgia, this is a gun state. I'm quite sure Texas, you get a lot of guns because, you know, I bought a lot of units of gun nuts. And you get a gun nuts unit, he's going to have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 guns. That's just how it is. And, you know, he comes back there on the weekends and rubs them and strokes them and stuff. But, you know, that essentially is the deal. Don't worry about it. Keep your mouth closed and you'll be good. That's all I got to say on that. All right, this is Glendon with Making Money with Storage Unit Auctions.